Jets Ward.
Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm happy to be back with you guys. Week 3 is in the books. The Jets are 0-3. They fall to the Buccaneers 29-27. Before we get into the video, if you've been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you guys here in the Jets Board. You make this so much fun for me, and I'm glad you guys keep coming back for more videos. I love having you here. And if you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan, a fan of another team, or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here. It is a safe space for you. But guys, like I just said, the Jets are 0-3. And there was a lot to really unpack with this game. So the Jets fall to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are a very good team. They are 3-0 at this point. Won their home opener today against the New York Jets. And the Jets went up against a good team, and I'm not going to say held their own, but they made it very interesting at the end. The problem, though, has been problems that the Jets have been seeing all season long so far. Penalties have killed them this year. In the beginning of the game, the Jets were moving the ball, but dumb penalties killed their drives. Defensive pass interferences, defensive holds, just dumb plays on defense caused the Buccaneers to capitalize on them as well. The Buccaneers, on the other hand, too, they were struggling with their own penalties. Both teams today suffered from penalties, and it was an ugly game, to be honest. The Buccaneers had the offensive line was very shaky. They were down, I believe, 3 or 4 starting offensive linemen and starting people who don't have much games under their belt. So the offensive line was really rattled. Baker was only sacked 1 time today, but the defensive line really put in work. Quinnen Williams had a great day getting in the backfield and blowing up a lot of runs. Harrison Phillips did okay as well. Michael Clemens is Michael Clemens. Juwan Briggs had a decent day. Will McDonald had an okay day. Tyler Barron actually flashed a little bit, in my opinion, on the run defense. Pass rush, not so much. But for run defense, Tyler Barron, I don't think did awful. But there were a lot of things that you could look at and be happy with. People are going to say, well, it's a moral victory because the Jets fought back. They didn't give up. You guys know me. I don't believe in moral victories. The Jets are 0-3. The offense could not get anything going in the beginning of the game. The first drive, they went down, scored a field goal. Nick Folk had a big day today. He scored 9, brought in 9 points total, 2 field goals, 3 extra points. He did a good job. He's been one of the brighter spots on this Jets team as our kicker. Really love having Folk back. He's very consistent, very, very good. But the Jets struggled to put it in the end zone today in the first half and really into the third quarter. The Jets offense didn't really come alive until the fourth quarter. Tyrod didn't look great. He was blitzed a ton. And the offensive line, man, they did not look great. Olu Fashanu had a rough day today out there. He was getting beat like a drum. Armand Membu looked very, very good, but Olu Fashanu struggled today. The interior of the offensive line struggled today. Like I said, Armand Membu was the only bright spot of that offensive line today because Todd Bowles was dialing up blitz after blitz after blitz, and it just seemed like Tyrod could never really get comfortable. The first half was a disaster, and Jets fans were asking what the hell Tanner Engstrand was doing. It just wasn't good. You're trying to force feed the ball to Garrett Wilson, too, who had a pretty good day. But overall, when it got to the fourth quarter, the Jets kind of woke up and never gave up and actually fought back and actually took a 1-point lead with a little bit over a minute left into the game. And you leave it into our defense's hands, and they just couldn't get it done. And the Buccaneers win on a last-second field goal. It is what it is. The Jets had them, honestly. They didn't look good all game. That fourth quarter was something to be happy about. The offense was moving. Garrett Wilson was flashing. Allen Lazard, out of the one or two looks that he gets, he had a nice touchdown pass. But other than that, he really didn't do anything. Breece Hall, slow day running the ball too today. Braylon Allen looked good. But overall, our leading rusher was Tyrod Taylor. So that's not good. And an offense where you want to predicate on running the ball and work on play action, just couldn't get it going. The fourth quarter, I was really happy with. But I want to get into some of the stats with you guys to go over what it was broken down to. So Tyrod Taylor got the start. He was 26 for 36. We had a total of 296 yards total in offensive yards. He had a QBR of 48.6, not great. Like I said, he was blitzed like crazy today, and he made one of the worst decisions that I think I've saw to close out really a first half where the Jets have the ball and we had our timeouts. We were using them. AG wanted to be aggressive. He wanted to score before halftime because the Bucs were getting the ball to open the second half, and he got pressure in his face, and he broke away and just didn't set his feet and threw the ball to Garrett Wilson. And Jamel Dean picks it off, and it's a pick six to basically end the first half. And the Jets were able to hold this defense, the Jets defense was able to hold Baker Mayfield pretty well in the first half. I don't think the defense was a big issue. Yeah, they did some dumb penalties, but honestly, if the offense could get it going in the first half, we would have had a game. The Jets were leading at one point, and then the pick six happened, and it wasn't great. Not a great look for Tyrod. And at that point, I'm thinking the Jets are going to shut down. They're going to quit like they did against the Buffalo Bills. But they didn't. They came out in the second half. Yes, the Buccaneers were moving the ball, but the defense, they did what they had to do. Not pretty. It's a bend and sometimes break defense, in all honesty. But Tyrod looked much better. The Buccaneers, I think, started to pull back a little bit, which opened up some more holes. And when Tyrod could set his feet, he made some beautiful throws. So he had a 92 rating, 197 total yards, 5.5 average, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, which was the pick six. He was sacked 4 times. Like I said, the offensive line was getting beat up today and could not protect him. He had 8 carries for 48 yards. He was our leading rusher, which is never a great thing when you have a quarterback who is very injury prone like Tyrod is. And if he got hurt, we would have had to rely on Brady Cook, which I don't think a lot of Jets fans would have been very comfortable with. But again, this offense looked awful until the fourth quarter when we really got some things going. And you can argue that Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles really pulled off the dogs because I think he thought he had this game in the bag, but made it a lot closer than we thought. Now, getting into the next part. So we got the total yards for offense. We have the rushing. Breece Hall had 9 carries for 21 yards. Not great. Breece in week 1 looked electric. Last week against the Bills, did not have a great game, and today didn't have a great game either. Could not get things going. 0 touchdowns. Braylon Allen had 6 carries for 30 yards. Again, when your quarterback is your leading rusher and Tyrod Taylor, I could understand if it's Justin Fields, but Tyrod Taylor should not be your leading rusher. I know he can move around the pocket. I know he's still quick for his age, but you don't want a guy who's dealt with injuries already in this offseason and has been known to get hurt. You don't want him to be your leading rusher. And Breece just couldn't get it going. Braylon Allen had some sparks, but again, not great. The running game did not really excite anybody today, did not leave much for excitement for Jets fans. Then you get into the receiving game. And again, Garrett Wilson, our leading receiver, like he's been the last couple of games. He was 10 for 13 for 84 yards and 1 touchdown, had a beautiful ball over the middle where he ran it in for a touchdown, made a great read by Tyrod, and hit his guy in stride, hit Garrett in stride, and was able to get across the pylon to make it within some striking distance for the New York Jets, where it made it 26-20. And it looked like we had a chance. It was more excitement and everything like that. Or actually, no, this was before, because Allen Lazard actually got a receiving touchdown, which made it 26-20. So Garrett Wilson had another good day. It seemed like we were force-feeding the ball to him, which is an issue too, because what Jets fans have said before going into the season was we didn't have a legit wide receiver too. And you could honestly see that. Lazard was not really great today. Tyler Johnson had a beautiful ball thrown to him right over the middle and just dropped it. He dropped it. And that's, you can't have that. When you're trying to move the ball, that is a drive killer. Those drops. Mason Taylor was very up and down, not great blocking today, had some nice catches, but overall, we're not seeing what we thought we'd get from him as a round 2 pick and some excitement that we thought we'd get from him. I know he's still young, he's still learning, but man, it's been rough for Mason Taylor so far. Brees got a little bit going in the passing game as well. He was 4 for 6 for 31 yards. Not bad. But again, it wasn't really crazy for the receiving game. If it's not Wilson, you don't really have another receiving threat. We're trying to get Brees utilized more in the passing game. Tight ends, I think, need to be used more as well. I think Mason Taylor needs to take that next step. Either get Jelani Woods out there or Stone Smart too to let them utilize what they got. Jeremy Ruckert, again, not utilized as a receiver either, just more at blocking. Like I said, the offense didn't really get going until quarter 4. So, and that's not great, especially when you need the running game to be the main piece for your passing game to succeed. Couldn't do that today. And then we get into the defense, or actually special teams. Nick Folk, like I said, was the bright spot of our team today. He went 2 for 2 with field goals along of 42, had 3 for 3 on extra points, 9 points total. Austin McNamara only punted 2 times, 97 yards in total, none inside the 20 and along of 51. Our special teams, our kicker and our punter have been very, very good. And so I haven't complained about them at all. It's just been everything else, really, honestly. Folk, you trust him. I trust him so much to make anything. He's still kicking from 50 yards as well, and 50 plus. Austin McNamara has looked good, average around 55 to 50 yards per punt, which is great. So I'm happy with what we're getting from our kicker and our punter. It's just everything else that we need to work on. But continuing on, now we get into the defense. And defense gave up a total of 355 yards. The rushing attack, they got 122 total yards. Bucky Irving, 25 carries, 66 yards, 0 touchdowns. We're able to keep him in check a little bit. He beat us in the pass game, and he beat us on a couple runs. But other than that, the run defense, I was honestly pretty happy with. Quinnen Williams was in the backfield a ton. Quincy Williams had some plays, but then he got hurt and was out for the remainder of the game. Sauce Gardner ended up getting injured in the third quarter, I believe, and was out. He's getting checked for a concussion, which is not great. So big injuries on the defensive side of the ball as well. I'm hoping it's not too serious for either of them and they don't miss a significant amount of time. But Bucky Irving, like I said, decent day, not great. Passing, they beat us through the air pretty much. 233 total yards. Mayfield went 19 for 29, 233 yards, 1 touchdown, a rating of 63.2. Baker's going to be good. We got to the backfield a good amount of times, but Baker is very shifty in the backfield. He can break away and beat you for a good amount of runs too. He's not the quickest guy, but he is shifty back there. He's accurate. He's solid. He's in a system that really works for him. And Mike Evans had a touchdown today. He played well, but he also got hurt and left the game very early as well, like the play after Sauce Gardner got hurt. So Emeka Egbuka, who they were worried wasn't going to play much or limited snaps, he actually had a decent day. He went 6 for 8 for 85 yards. He had a beautiful catch over Sauce Gardner today, which Sauce I thought had pretty good coverage over him, but Egbuka goes up with one hand and just drags it down. Overall, a great play by this kid. This kid's going to be a star in this league. He is very, very good. I think he's the best receiver in this draft. Watch out for Offensive Rookie of the Year for him. I really think he's gonna be a stud in this league. So he had a great day. And then Sterling Shepard, former Giant, went 4 for 5 for 80 yards too. You got to stop these guys. Egbuka, I understand. He is tough to beat, but Sterling Shepard's going to beat you. He's not really good. And Mike Evans, we were able to hold down pretty well when Sauce was covering him. But other than that, if it was Brandon Stevens, he went right to him and beat him. Brandon Stevens has been a disaster, honestly. He hasn't been good at all. You could see he quit last week on a tackle that he should have made and just let up a lot. just not great. And the Jets had this one. The defense just could not stop them. And the way that it happened was the Jets, the Buccaneers had some great plays at the end and were moving the ball. The Jets, this was when it was 26-20. Bucs kick a field goal and the game's basically over. But miracle happens. Will McDonald jumps over the line and blocks the field goal and brings it back for a touchdown. And all Jets fans get excited because this is one of the best plays in his career, if not the best. And we have hope. It was only a minute and a half left or even less. And all we need is a defensive stop, and we couldn't do it. Buka has a nice play. Baker makes plays with his arm. Is what it is. And then you get in field goal range for McLaughlin, and he kicks it through and beats you. So the Jets fall to 0-3, Bucs 3-0. Jets get the Dolphins next week, who have been reeling as well. But as we know, they still got Tua. They got Tyreek. They got Jalen Waddle. Darren Waller is predicted to make his first start of the year. The Jets need to make some changes, man. I loved seeing on the blocked kick from Will McDonald, AG getting excited too. I also love seeing AG get into people's faces like Arian Smith for an illegal for formation move because he didn't get set earlier. I like that he's getting on these players. I like that he's getting excited for these players as well when we do something great. It's just tough. There's some things that he still needs to work on. Holding more. Michael Clemens, I think, needs to go. He hasn't been good. And even today, another penalty towards him. Not great. Am I as mad as I was against the Bills? No, because we actually proved we're not going to quit. AG was happy too because of the fight in this team. And as a Jets fan, you like to see it. We're fighting for the guy. Unlike last week, the team's not quitting. But when you have a game like that and you need one stop, you got to lock it down. People are trying to have the conversation already that maybe Wilkes should be fired. I don't think so. These players are playing in a new system. They're trying to figure it out. I think it's on the players. The players need to step up and do their jobs. I think Wilkes and AG have a system there. The players just need to step up, finish the job, because it seems what we're seeing on this team so far has been when the offense moves the ball, the defense doesn't stop anybody. When the defense actually stops somebody, the offense makes a boneheaded play and it's a 3-and-out or a turnover. You can't have one or the other. You got to have more consistency. And that's been the biggest issue with this New York Jets team so far, the consistency. You got to have your defense complement the offense. You got to work together and have them go together well, because the special teams, when you get Nick Folk in this kicking range, he'll make it for you. Get those points. But we have to have the defense stop people. And when they do, you got to utilize it. You got to score. The Jets are still trying to figure that out. AG is still trying to figure it out. There was talk all week, and I know last week I was red hot after the game. And I mentioned that it was the same old Jets. I don't know. This team, people are saying it's like Saleh again. I don't see it. I think the team responds better with AG than they do to Saleh. I don't think there's any quit in them, offense or defense, this game anyway. But if we play Miami next week and it's bad, like let's say Tua finally figures it out, throws for 400 yards or 300 yards plus, and Tyreek has a big day, Jalen Waddle has a big day, Darren Waller has a big day coming back, and the Jets can't stop anybody, or the Jets can't score, that's going to be rough. And there might need to be some changes, because I think some of the younger guys need to start playing more. Tyler Barron, like I said, he didn't look bad. There were some plays that I think you could argue that he could have made better. But overall, I think utilizing him on the inside and outside, I think he was solid in the run game. Jamie Sherwood, I think, played a little bit better this week. Quincy Williams going down was a big dagger, but McQuarrie Ball, I think he needs to step up a little bit more too. But he showed a little bit more. Quinnen Williams had a day. Harrison Phillips was doing okay as well, freeing up Quinnen Williams. Will McDonald, he needs to get better in the run defense because he's been being blown off the ball. Michael Clemens, Come on, man. You've been in this league for a long time. You're one of the strongest players on that team. Use that strength to cause some havoc, because all you're doing is hurting the team with the stupid penalties. AZ Thomas didn't look bad when he came in. When Sauce went down, Brandon Stevens needs to figure it out too. Andre Sisco, he hasn't been great. Michael Carter II hasn't been great. We have the players. We have the system in place. I'm not ready to quit on Wilkes yet. I'm not ready to quit on Tanner Engstrand, because if you look at the games and the playbacks, the receivers are getting open. He's scheming them open. It's all about hitting them. I don't know. Jets are 0-3, playing Miami Dolphins, who are struggling, trying to look for that first win as well. This could be a great opportunity for the New York Jets to figure this out and turn it around. But I think there are changes that need to be made. I think some of the younger guys need to start playing more. I think AZ Thomas needs to start playing more. I think Malachi Moore needs to start playing more. I think you got to get these guys. You got to maybe bring someone in. Maybe bring a Christian Wilkins in to play on the interior of the D-line and the edge, because you can do it. Bring somebody. Just something. Bring one of the younger receivers up, because I'm tired of Alan Lazard going out there and being a no-show. I get he had a touchdown today, but he didn't do anything all offseason. Brandon Smith should be on this team playing at this point. Let's see what we got in the younger receivers. Jamal Pritchett should be up here. Quentin Skinner flashed in the offseason. He should be up here. Let's start seeing some of the younger guys, because if Justin Fields isn't ready to play next week and Tyrod has to go again, Jets got to start thinking. If we go start 0-4, there are some solid quarterbacks coming in this draft too that you got to look for. Drew Allard, Lenora Sellers, if he comes out, Garrett Nussmeier. I already made a video about the quarterbacks that I'd be happy for if the Jets went for. Jets got to figure this out. So let me know what you guys think. Were you happy with what you saw from the Jets? I know it's a loss, but are you into the moral victories? Are you pissed off? I want to hear all of it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you still believe in AG, or are you one of the people who want him fired? Do you still believe in Tanner Engstrand, or do you want him out of here? What about Wilkes? I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. Make sure when you come in, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for any more updates of when I post, and make sure you follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram as well. I post all these videos and shorts on all of those as well. Follow me on X as well. I post it on there too and comment a lot. And again, thank you guys so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.